Record on this. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our first PWN call for August. Welcome all. Thank you all for being here. I just wanted to share with appreciating your kind of playing with these new rules that we're under as far as being on Zoom. We would love to see everybody live, and just to kind of give you an update. So last month, we had our scheduled live meeting over at Randy Peters. As you know, the night before, there started being buzz about things shutting down again. And so I called Randy Peters and said, what's the story? And they assured me that they were able to have our meeting. Again, once the news broke and we started hearing more in the news, I called them again that morning. And again, the decision was to move forward. After that, Randy Peters has decided to close through the next 2 months. So August, September, Randy Peters will be closed. And we're gonna have to play this by ear. But the board had a call last week and I told them we need to kind of plan on this being normal for a while. So we need to plan on having online meetings, and we're gonna have the 2 meetings per month as we've been having over the last several months. There was some discussion about changing the second meeting on Tuesday. So we're gonna have a meeting on the 25th, but maybe making that a different time. We sent out a survey and some of you, I think, responded to that, but the overall consensus was keep it the same because then it's kind of like a set time and we're not having to remember on the 4th Tuesday, it's at this time and that kind of thing. So we're gonna maintain the this call at the same time on Tuesdays. But Deidre and Lorraine, I didn't copy you on these, but I copied the board. Deidre had expressed interest on maybe doing something for happy hour or something. But I asked her to coordinate with you since you're the program coordinator for PWN this year. But it won't be part of this regular meeting series. So things may change, but for now, we're just gonna have these calls on the second Tuesday. And second and fourth Tuesdays. So I'm gonna do a share screen real quick because there was a question that came up early because I've made some changes to the website. Let's see, share screen. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the PWN website and just show you a couple of things to be aware of. So first of all, again, on the home page, there's gonna be a schedule of the upcoming events, and I've actually posted the information about in the next 2 weeks, and I'll have to refresh that. Maybe I can refresh it now. We'll see if it comes up. Yeah, there it is. So you'll see that we've got this scheduled for next Tuesday at 10:30 or 11:30, same time on Janelle. And Joy is speaking of today. So always on the homepage, you'll see that. And, but also you can get that by clicking on the meetings page. Now, somebody asked about the spreadsheet that you had been getting, but I decided to make it a little bit easier. Now, when you click on the second tab below the meetings, there is a page of all the attendees. So instead of getting a spreadsheet, now you have a little short version of the membership directory. So right now, all of the people who registered will show up here. So if you want to follow up with somebody, you have a little, bird's eye view of who was there. And again, another change to be aware of. So let's say I want to connect with Ellie. Now on the contact tab of all the people in the directory, there is their phone number and a send the message. And that goes to their email address. Some of you may have issues with that because there's a spamming filter, and unless you acknowledge yourself as a member of PWN when you first registered, it might not recognize you and it might kick back. So there's another way to get somebody's email. Now there's a members only tab up here. And when you click on that, it's gonna show you that person's email. The reason we don't put it on the general tab is because we don't want other people coming in here and grabbing all the emails, and you're going to start to get some unsolicited spam and all that stuff. So as a member, in order to see this, you have to log in first under your account to prove that you are a member. And then every single member, including yourself, will have their email displayed there. So that's just another way to communicate with people if you need that information. Another thing I just want to make sure you're aware of, on some people, I'm not sure who might be a good example of this. Let me see if I could scan. Okay, so like for Deidre. For those of you who have an office phone, you're going to want to change your office number to be the first line and your cell number to be the second line, because that's going to be able to tell people, because on the contact page especially, you'll see it designates the second phone number as a cell and the first number as an office. And we don't know as members if we can text you or not. So if your number is showing up twice, be sure to remove it from one place or the other, just so we know if it's a cell number or if it's a landline number, just, you know, to make it easier on other members. But just be aware that some of you might have your number in there twice. And how you change that is by logging in. I'm logged in now. And you'll see here, I can go under my contact information and there's my cell number and the phone number is missing. So again, you can just log into your account, make changes to your profiles and stuff, as well as adding pictures and, you know, adding your special offer and that kind of thing. And you just go through the tabs and change this information. It's pretty straightforward, hopefully. Okay, and then also just as a reminder, if you don't want your address to show up in the profile, just check that box, because I think most of us don't have a brick and mortar. So just want to, if you want to hide your physical address from people, you can just click that button. So just be aware you can make those changes in your directory. Another thing is, for those of you who have missed past meetings, there's now a tab for past Zoom calls. So if you miss something, don't have all of them, but if you have like the last couple 3 months, and we're going to be doing this one, you can click on the recording. Now, we haven't been recording when we've tried the live slash Zoom calls that we did with Randy Peters, because obviously for those of you who were and got kicked out, those did not go well. So we don't have these recordings, but for the Zoom only calls, we have the recordings, and you can find that here. And again, after today, it'll be posted. So if you know somebody who is really interested in coming but couldn't make it, this is going to be a library that's accessible. And we're making this accessible to anybody. They don't have to be members to access it, because there's some good information there, you know, and it's good to get people aware of what we're doing so they might be interested in joining us. The other thing I'd like to ask you to do is to submit speaker feedback. And if you click that button, especially right after this call, because if you wait, you know, a few days, you're going to forget what you liked about the call and didn't like about the call. But just go ahead and you know, fill out who the topic was, you know, who are the speaker, the date, or whatever you remember, and then just answer the questions. There's only like 4 or 5. And this information will not be shared with the speaker with your name. So it's anonymous. But as a speaker, I know I appreciate feedback, both constructive feedback as well as positive feedback. As Pat was on a call and she was doing her humorous speaking, she had no audience, so she didn't know she was getting a laugh. That's got to be really hard. But again, as speakers, we appreciate feedback. So please take, you know, a couple of minutes after the call just to leave a few notes. And again, your name will not be shared with the speaker. It'll be anonymous, but I think we all would appreciate feedback. And the board will appreciate feedback on what you found was valuable and what you know, and what you want to hear about maybe in the future. It might spur some ideas. Oh, it'd be really good to hear about this topic. So just be aware of that. Last tab is speaker proposals. So my goal for this year has been to let our members speak. We in the past had a lot of outside speakers, and I think we did a review. And the 2 years prior to this year, about 50% of our speakers were not members. And I really wanted to hear more from our speakers, because per our mission statement, it's all about, you know, building relationships and creating leads. And if we're hearing from people who aren't even members, that's not accomplishing that mission. So if you have a topic that you want to just go ahead and submit a proposal, just fill in your name, and you don't have to be a member, but we want to, you know, really give opportunity to our members first. So just fill out this form, and then instead of just typing all your bio stuff, you'll see on past what we like a little paragraph intro of what we're going to learn, bullet points, and then a little short bio about yourself. Just upload a file. So it can be a PDF file or a Word document or just something that we can upload, and then the board will decide. So this is just something to be aware of if you or someone you know might be interested in speaking, because now that we're having consistently 2 meetings a month, we need 2 speakers per month, and that doubles our opportunity to learn a lot. So I'm kind of excited about that. And we're, you know, even if we go back to live to Randy Peters, we will probably for the time being continue this schedule. So that's it in terms of website changes. So does anybody have any thoughts or comments or questions about what I just shared? Okay, yay. So again, I'll try to remember to remind you to go, you know, leave the speaker feedback and all that stuff, but that's all I want to cover. Kelly.
I used the contact me link yesterday and it worked great.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Just be aware, as I mentioned, some people say, well, I used the contact and it wasn't working. It's because when we first registered you, you were supposed to get an email from the membership system that says you're a valid member. And it's really hard to undo that. So if you're getting that issue, just go ahead and pull the email out. Because I think most of us have that in our contact list anyway, or we should, people that we're contacting. Any other questions or comments? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our speaker, Joy Kent. Joy is relatively new to Placer Women's Network, but I'm really excited because she adds something that we haven't heard about before. And what she's going to talk about is how what you wear makes you feel, makes impressions on other people, and why it's kind of important to focus on. And even if they only see us from the chest up now, that still is important. So please give a warm welcome to Joy Kent.
Thank you. So I am your fashion fairy godmother. And I'm going to teach you or show you how to create your spring closet. And I do have a share screen here. So when you get up in the morning, you take a shower, you wash your, put your makeup on, do your hair, and then you go to your closet. You say, what am I going to wear? When you look at your closet, do you feel like Carrie Bradshaw in the Sex and the City? I confronted that eternal puzzle, a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear. So why is it important to have a dream closet? Because clothes change how you feel. And my mission is to help you embrace your confidence and personal power to and help you wear your greatness. I put this mission into motion by helping you celebrate your natural beauty by wearing clothes that embrace it. Coco Chanel says, dress shabbily and they remember the dress. Dress impeccably and they remember the woman. So look at these 4 pictures. Which one do you think looks the most confident and possibly could be the boss? I asked a wide range of women that same question. And the one that popped up the most is the one in the red pants. These are all me. So it was taken, you know, right after each other and just in different things. And each one I had a different posture. And the one on the right really represents who I am. So clothes change how you feel. And actually, research backs me on this. It's called enclothed cognition, the systematic influence that clothes have on wearers' psychological processes. So I have 3 studies. So the first one, and this is the study that really coined the term enclothed cognition. It was published February 2012. And so they were studying subjects wearing and not wearing lab coats. And so when the subjects were wearing the lab coats with no profession attached to it, attention increased. when a painter or a doctor was attached to the lab coat, the painters, the attention didn't increase, but it did increase for doctors. The second study, published in August 2013, were on city employees, and they determined you are what you wear. So these employees felt more confident and had more authority when they wore business casual or business formal. They felt more trustworthy and productive when they wore business casual. And they felt less friendly and creative when wearing business formal. And then the last study in August 2015, and this is looking at the test subjects wearing formal clothes. They found out that there is increased in cloth cognition when wearing business formal because abstract thinking increased, and they thought that was because of the feeling of power when wearing the business formal. I own Beauty Fashion Simply, and I really help people create that closet that they love to wear because they feel more confident and have more personal power. So a little bit about me. I love clothes, and I've loved clothes most of my life. And I learned that clothes changed how I felt. I started sewing when I was almost 10, and this became my form of R&R in life. But I kept doing it because I had a hard time finding clothes that fit my body. Ready-to-wear clothes most of the time don't fit. And then I have an accounting degree, a MBA, and then also an apparel design degree. I was an accountant for 17 years until my first husband passed. I had a 3-year-old son, so I wanted to stay home with him. And during my recovery period, I determined I wanted to sew clothes for women who are like me, who have a hard time finding clothes that fit their body. So while as an accountant, I saw a lot of really bright women not get promoted, not get their ideas heard, and that really bothered me. So I started my little research project, which I do quite a bit. And I saw a window around clothes. I saw women who were confident and had personal power and able to get their ideas heard and promoted. They were wearing clothes that represented who they are, what their personality, their profession, but the clothes also fit their body really well. So I started studying this. How can you tell what clothes fit people's bodies? And over 30 years, I started seeing patterns that our body gives us clues as to the silhouette of clothes and accessories, shape of design lines, color and color combination, placement of horizontal, vertical lines, and scale of prints and accessories. And through this, I created what I call my 5 body element system. So it's your body shape, your face shape, color, hair, skin, and eyes, body proportion, and body frame size. And so nowhere in what I talk about do I talk about style, what's in trend. What I'm always looking for is what is going to represent your body the best, and looking at the silhouette, the design lines, the colors. So today, I really don't have time to go through all 5 body elements. I am going to go in depth on the body shape, but then just do an overview of the other body elements. And later on, you'll be able to learn how you can learn about all the body elements. So body shape. Body shape is all about the difference between your shoulders and your waist and your hips. There are 2 categories. You have your angular category and you have your curved category. Angular category, your waist is not significantly smaller than your shoulders, both your shoulders and your hips. So you have the A, the H, which is the shoulders, the waist, and the hips appear to be the same width. You have your O, which your waist appears wider than your shoulders and your hips. You have your V, where your shoulders appear wider than your waist and your hips. And then you have your curved body shapes. Curved body shapes, the waist is significantly smaller than your waist, than your shoulders and your hips. So you have the A, where the shoulders are wider than the waist, and then your hips are wider than both your waist and your shoulders. The X and the S, the shoulders, the hips are basically the same width, but the waist is significantly smaller. And the difference between the two is on the X, that transition is very angular, where on the S, that is very curved. Now you notice I haven't used any fruit shapes or geometric shapes because I found that there's just so much negative connotations like pear shape or apple shape. I wanted people to, women to understand that you're beautiful just the way you are. And in actuality, our bodies are made this way. It's not necessarily that you're fat or you're carrying any kind of weight. It's because of skeletal issues and muscle. For example, for the V-shaped woman, your shoulders are definitely wider than your hips and your waist. And then you also are more muscular at your shoulders. For A-shape, your hip bones are definitely wider than your shoulders. And you also carry more muscle in that area. So the way you're created, you're beautiful. It's just about figuring out what clothes enhance that. So the body, the clues that this body element gives you is two different ones. It's the silhouette of clothes and then the placement of horizontal and vertical lines. So in the silhouette, it comes, for clothes, they come in two categories, angular and curved, just like your body shape. So angular, there's not a difference between the shoulder, hips, and the waist, as you can tell here. So if you have an angular body shape, then you look for angular silhouettes. If you see with the curved body shape, there is a definite difference in the waist shape. It's definitely smaller. And so if you have a curved body shape, then you're going to look for curved silhouettes. So now let's look at horizontal lines. Horizontal lines stop your eye. They emphasize that area. Also make that area look wider and shorter. So if you look between these two, this one looks a little wider and shorter. So vertical lines, draw your eyes up and down. They make your area look a little thinner and a little taller. So let's look at this on real body shapes. So we're going to look at the H body shape. So what's interesting about this body shape is the most prevalent body shape designers design for. And the reason is, I think, is because any design line looks great on this body. As you can tell with the horizontal lines, no matter where you put it, the body is still in well proportion. And bringing the emphasis to the waist, still in well proportion. Notice how this vertical line, so this kind of represents pants. That center front line that you have on pants, that is a vertical line. And notice how this one appears slightly thinner than this one. So let's look at another body shape. Let's look at that A body shape. So in my research and historically, this has been the most prevalent body shape. And that is because the hip bones are wider so we can carry babies better and give birth easier. But it's not so great for all sorts of design lines. As you can tell, putting a horizontal line at the hips, it brings emphasis to the hips, but also it makes the hips look even wider. But if you move the design line up to the shoulders, notice how it balances everything out. Your emphasis here at the shoulders, but everything becomes in balance. At the waist, it brings attention to the small waist. But with your vertical line from your pants, notice how the hips look slightly thinner than over here. So in summary, body shape is all about the difference between your shoulders, your waist, and your hips. There's two categories, angular and curved. The two clues are silhouette of clothes. So if you have an angular body shape, you go for angular silhouette. If you have a curved body shape, you go for curved silhouette. For placement of horizontal lines, you do not place them in your biggest area. So A's would be at the hips. For O's, it's at the waist. And V is at the shoulders. However, you want to place horizontal lines there because it's going to make it thinner, but also pass your eye over that area. So on the rest of the body elements, I'm just going to give you a little bit about the body element and the clues that they give you. So in face shape, just like body shape, comes in angular and curved. So the clues that this element gives you is the shape of design lines. So for example, the necklines, collars, cuffs, pockets, the shape of accessories, and also shape of prints. So if you are an angular shaped face like I am, I go for angular shaped accessories, inside lines, and prints. But if you're a curved body shape, you're going to go for more curved accessories, inside lines, and prints. So the next body element is the color of your hair, skin, and eyes. And there is tons of information out there on this body element. Back in the 90s, I don't know if you did it, but having your coloring was the biggest rage. So this body element is really about finding the colors that enhance your coloring of your hair, skin, and eyes, make you feel alive. So you have what colors that you can wear, what color combination, so what other colors can you put with your main colors, and then the relative lightness and darkness of those colors. And then the last clue is the first clue for determining scale of accessories and prints. So how small or how large they can be. Body proportion. This was a very fascinating element that I never knew anything about. It's all about comparing your body proportion, so that's the length of each area of your body. Compare that to the ideal body proportions for your height. So you're not comparing to anybody else, it's just your height. So well proportioned, you have 8 heads. So you have the length of your head, and then you have from your chin to your bust, bust to your waist, waist to your hips. And then you have two heads from your crotch area to your knees, and then knees to the floor. So you're really looking, are you long or short or the same in those areas? So there's 2 clues that this body element gives you. It's also placement of horizontal, vertical lines. And then it's the second clue for scale of prints and accessories. The last body element is body frame size. And this is all about the width of your skeleton. Are you small, medium, large? I'm small. And the clue that this body element gives you is the last for scale of prints and accessories. So when you're going through all of this, because I told you at the beginning, your body's giving you clues, but your body will also give you clues as to if something's working for you. And so the question you have to ask yourself, does this make me feel light or does this make me feel heavy? So when you're looking at horizontal lines or shape of lines, you just ask yourself, is this right for me? As if you feel light, it's what you need. If you feel heavy, then it's not right for you. Now, I do this every morning when I get up, figuring out what clothes I'm going to wear, especially on days like today, doing this presentation, or I know I'm doing something that's outside of my comfort zone. And I really look to make sure I'm feeling light so that I can tap into my confidence and personal power. Because that's the whole reason behind all of this, because I want to feel confident and have my personal power so I can go out and do what I really need to do. So I highly recommend just ask yourself, do you feel light or do you feel heavy? So I know I haven't been able to go through everything in detail. However, I do have a webinar coming up on Tuesday, August 18th at 6 p.m. And it's called What to Wear, How to Create Your Dream Closet. It's going to go into more detail of all those body elements that I didn't show you. And then also, how do you create your scale strategy? If you can't make it on this date, then I also have this webinar every third Thursday or every third Tuesday of the month. And eventually, I'm going to be turning this into a free online course that you can connect to it at any time. But if you're not able to do this on this next Tuesday, you can also connect with me at my blog, beautyfashionsimply.com. And I am also on Facebook at Beauty Fashion Simply and Instagram at JHL Kent. And as soon as I'm done with this presentation, I'm going to copy information into the chat where you can get everything. So does anyone have any questions?
Well, I'm going to unmute everybody, Joy, and thank you for that presentation. But you mentioned something about scaling.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what you meant by that.
Okay, a scale of accessory. So, and prints. So like this necklace is probably more of a medium to large scale. But I don't have anything in front of me. Just a sec. I don't have anything in front of me that's small scale. But
Okay.
you know, like little calico prints, that would be considered small scale. A little pendant would be considered
Yeah.
small scale. Something, so like what you're wearing, Susan, is probably more of a medium scale.
Yeah.
And then, you know, those great big necklaces that you see sometimes people wear, that would be considered large scale. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be large scale. And it just depends on your body, what's going to be best for you. So have you ever seen a woman who has a great big necklace on and that's all you see and you don't see anything else? Well, that scale is too big for her. But you've also seen someone with this little bitty pendant and it's nothing and it just doesn't add anything to the outfit. That would be too small a scale for her.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, I actually had that conversation with Kimberly because I'd won a raffle of a very small scale necklace, and I'm more comfortable with something a little bit bigger because I'm not a small person. So I think your point is well taken. I did have one question though about you mentioned neckline. So
Yes.
what dictates that the most? Like if you like V-shaped or rounded or, very close to the neck, is that more a face shape consideration or is that a body type
It's
consideration?
a face shape. It's all face shape. Um,
Mm.
so for me, my face is more angular. I have a very skinny face, but it's very angular. And so whenever I wear more of a curved, something curved, so see, I have my horizontal line right here.
Mhm.
So this is, and then with my necklace, I have angular pendants on it. So that's why it works well for me. So it's really about your chin and also your face shape. So if you are more curved, so you can do, there's two types of V shapes. You can have, there's a V shape that's very like this, but you can also, so that's great for angular faces. But then if you have more of a curved face, there's more of a curved V shape that kind of goes down like this.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can see my hands.
Yeah.
So it's really all about your face shape. And so looking at your face shape, then figure out what's best, the neckline.
And so how do you tell? I mean, so when you look at yourself in the mirror and you've got a certain, let's say neckline, what are
Okay.
you looking for? Is I see the eyes more or I see the
Oh,
face more?
so you're gonna, no, it's looking at the outside line. So what you can do is put a pencil up to your, look in the mirror, you put a pencil up here. So you put a pencil and then you look, okay, is it straight up and down or is it curving out?
Mhm.
Another way is an easy way, it's your hairline. So for me, notice how my hairline goes straight across.
Mm.
But the people have a curved face, their hairline is curved. So
But
that's another way of understanding that.
my question was, so you were mentioning you have a horizontal line in your neckline.
Mhm.
So if we're looking at ourselves, how do we know if our neckline is flattering or not? I guess that's my question. As I know I have a round face.
Okay,
This is
so
round.
then number one, you're gonna know that you're gonna do curved. But if you're trying to figure out what's your best neckline, go to, how does this make me feel?
Mm,
Do I feel light or do I feel heavy? And so put on something that's square for you
yeah.
and see how you feel.
I don't even own something that's square.
Yeah, so you just kind of figure out how you feel. So there might be a neckline. So for you, you also have kind of, I think, I haven't really seen you I've seen you once in person. So I can't really, but yet it
Yeah.
appears that your neck is a little shorter.
Uh-huh.
So having something up here close
Yeah. Shortens the
is
neck.
not going to be really good because it'll shorten your neckline.
Mhm.
You'll learn that about in your body proportion area.
I look like a snowman, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Round face,
Right.
round body,
So then
snowman.
you're going to need to have one that's down here because your horizontal line is going to be down and going to elongate it.
Okay, awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? I unmuted everybody, or you can unmute yourself if you have a question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you do colors, Joy?
I do, but I don't do it in the same realm as they did back in the 90s. I
Mm.
had mine done and they gave me this whole big thing of all the colors I can wear,
Mhm.
but I don't wear all those colors. For example, I can wear like an emerald green. I don't like wearing green. I find that I wear like 4 different colors and that's where I gravitate all the time to. And so what I look at is what are your like 3 or 4 best colors?
Mm-hmm.
And it can be, like mine are all in very cool colors. They're jewel toned.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look at that kind of thing. And then when looking at like jewelry and prints and that, we're all looking at all of what are the colors that are going to brighten your skin. It's like this,
Yeah.
whenever I wear this necklace, I get tons of compliments. And I can wear it for, 20 years and I'm always going to get a lot of compliments. And so it just depends on what are your colors, but also you'll learn this in the webinar. You have your power color. Mine is red. And it just deeps in a little bit further than all your other colors. So my other colors are fuchsia pink and royal blue and more of a purple blue. And I just love those colors. But red, it just deeps into my confidence even more. So I call it my power color. So when you wear your I help people really find out what is their power color.
Okay.
Awesome.
Because I love all color, but I do know that certain shades work better for me than other shades. And
Mhm.
but I'm not for sure what my power color is because I pretty much play with everything.
Yeah, well, you can figure that out. Just like when I was trying those pants on in that
Yeah.
one that had the floor, I was just playing around because normally I just do the black pants and the long sleeves because long sleeves give you more power, more confidence. But I thought, okay, I'm just going to play with the red, and I just stood totally different. And this was all done within 5 minutes of each other, so it was not like days or anything. So I was in the same mood.
So I have a little survey. So if you feel you are wearing one of your power colors, please raise your hand. Okay, I'm looking around the room and my eye went to certain people. And I will tell you, for the most part, those of you who are wearing your power colors, you're standing out more to me. Because, you know, it's like I'm looking at this whole Zoom room and your eye will gravitate towards certain people. And I think a lot of it is what Joy said. If you're wearing your power color or one of your power colors, you feel more confident, you're going to stand out more. And it's going to be more a reflection of who you are. So it's really important to consider that because we're only seeing this much of you. You know, we're not seeing the whole nice outfit. It's just the color you're presenting in this much space. So any other questions for Joy? I'm looking around the room. So again, to recap, Joy, you're doing your presentation next Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Yes,
About how long will it be?
it's an hour. It's around an hour long.
Okay.
So it's actually around 50 minutes, and then we have question and answer.
Okay, awesome. So again, I think Joyce put your information in the chat, but also this is for all of you as well. As we discussed, let me see, I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to go back to the PWN website because if you have social media, and we talked about that a little bit earlier, be sure you put your social media links into your profiles. That way people can find your Instagram account or your Facebook account. So be sure you add that to your profiles within PWN so that, again, we can find that information because it's important as another way to connect. Okay, so back up to here. So let's give Joy a big round of applause. Thank you, Joy, for sharing all that great wisdom. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. I'm trying to expand my room. I'm going to stop share. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so it is now about 12:30. We're going to go into commercials now. Let's see. We're going to give everybody a minute because we can. Because we're a relatively small group and we'll know twice as much about you than we would in 30 seconds, right? So think about what you're going to say. I'm going to get my timing clock on.
Susan,
Yes?
we do have 2 spotlights today.
Okay, who are spotlights, Lorraine?
Joy and Yvonne.
So Joy Norman and Yvonne. Okay, got it. Perfect. Thank you for reminding me. So again, if you have 2 businesses, you get, let's see, a minute and a half. If you have a spotlight, you get 2 minutes and everybody gets a minute. And we should still be done in plenty of time. Yay. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and start with Joy Norman because that way, let me get my clock started. Because you get, actually, I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes because we have everybody another 30 seconds. You get another 30 seconds too. So let me go ahead and get my clock going. Hang on. Clock. Okay, while I'm doing that, somebody tell me a big aha they got from Joy Kent's presentation today. Unmute yourself and just show the big aha, oh my God moment. Love those. Anybody? Pat.
I enjoyed your presentation Joy. I'm still trying to find the shape of my head, but I think it's like Susan's. I think it's round, round like a ball.
Oh, and the round head shape.
Yeah. And, but it was interesting, the study you did with the different body shapes. Yeah, I have been turned off to body shape ever since they compare you to a pear or an orange or whatever. But doing it the way you did made a lot more sense. And also where the lines are that made different parts of your body look wider or narrower. That was really kind of an aha moment for me.
Yeah.
But I need to get over the shape of my head.
So yeah, be sure. I plan on being on Joy's call, so hopefully we'll see some of you there. So I'm ready to go when you are, Joy. Norman, you have 2.5 minutes. Go. Yeah, I can hear you.
I just wanted to share also with Joy, I like the power color because you're so right. You do feel more confident when you have on a certain color. Mine is black and purple, and I'm just like, you know, I think I'm a queen.
You look good, Joy.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
So Joy here, you're a passionate gold miner, and I am passionate about helping women dig in and turn their passions into goals so that they can soar and achieve success and soar in the things that they want most for themselves. Also, I have a conference coming up on Saturday, September 12th, and I need your support. So if you can attend, please let me know. You can go to my website, equiptosoar.com, and sign up today. And this year, the conference will be held online, and it's going to be an experience, not just a one-day event. We're going to open up the conference on August 29th. And we have 3 awesome speakers, Desiree Hagen, Kim McDowell, Sherry Morton, and music will be provided by our own musical jewels, Julie Chafin. And we'll have vendors there, and they'll be doing shopping online, and we'll have raffles, and we would love for you to attend. Also, I have a Facebook page, Equipping You, that's the letter U, Women Who Soar. And I would also love for you to join my Facebook page, Equip to Soar. Now, we're always looking for speakers, sponsors, and volunteers for our events. And I have a new YouTube channel called Equipping You for Excellence. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel, and we would like to advertise. If you would like to advertise on our channel, please let me know. Joy Kent, I would like to invite you to do one of the episodes of the presentation you just gave. If you go to the PWN group, you can see some promos that I do for the upcoming episodes, and we have a lot of fun. Love for you guys to help and support me by coming. I'm gonna just keep talking till she said my time is up.
You got about 25 seconds.
Okay, go to my website, Equip to Soar.
Oh.
Equip to Soar
No.
conference.
Yeah, and be sure for any of you who want to share something that may not be on your profile, put it in the chat, but also be sure to put all that information in that profile, because as I said, that registration for today's meeting is going to be there for 2 weeks until we have the next meeting. So be sure to put all the stuff you're mentioning there so it's easier for us to say, oh yeah, what was Joy talking about? And we can go to that one page and not lose it in emails or, you know, something. So good job.
Advertising, there's a flyer in the PWN site, and quite a few of the vendors that are in our network group will be at the SOAR conference, so you can shop with them, and then they'll also do a presentation too. So
Good.
fun.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, let us go to Lorraine. Are you okay to go? You get a minute.
Okay. Yay. It's so fun to be on these calls. I like being able to see everybody's face.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm very excited. Mary Kay has a brand new line of lip glosses coming out, and they will be available on the 15th. So I pre-ordered some, and I have samples that I can mail out. I'm also excited about doing online skincare sessions where I mail you samples of our skincare, and we do the Zoom thing and try face-to-face via Zoom, or I can also sit down with you and do coffee. So that works out pretty well. And I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm meeting with Mary Kay.
Well, good to see you there, Lorraine.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time. Okay, I'm gonna reset my clock. Okay, let's go to Kay Pena.
Hi, I'm Kay Pena. My business is Caregiving Naturally. And right now, I think our immunity is really important. And I have a free ebook, which is all about the benefits of emotional aromatherapy. So you can learn how to ease your stress and anxiety level. And I'm going to give you the link to my landing page on how you can get this ebook. So a drop of oil is worth a pound of cure. And my second business is I'm manager of Juan Pena's art business. And right now he still has his 12 free watercolor lessons, and they're on YouTube. And I will send you a link as to how to get those classes. And since I have an extra a few seconds, Joy, when I saw you do the proportions using the head, for the body size and everything, that's what we use in drawing. When you draw, you use the head size for each of the proportions. And I'm sure Jamie knows this too. So anyway, that was my take. I was very interested in that because it related to drawing.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, I'll put everything in the chat.
In the chat, yeah. Be sure to put it on your profile. And I just wanted to comment. You're doing something different with your hair.
Yeah, I haven't had it cut.
Well, it reminds me of Debbie Reynolds in Singing in the Rain. She has this very kind of little flappery look with that little curve in her hair. She looks very nice.
I actually didn't even dry it with a dryer. I just let my hair dry.
It looks good that way. I like it.
Okay.
Good
Thank
job.
you. I'm sometimes wearing a hat, so you can't tell what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Or what my hair looks
That's
like.
true. You usually do. But I like the hair like that. Okay, let's go to
thank you.
Kimberly Abassi.
Hi, everybody. Kimberly Abbasi, Stella & Dot ambassador, and I have a boutique line, jewelry, accessories, bags, apparel, and skincare for all of your fashion and beauty needs. And I am doing virtual parties online. I actually have one starting next Monday. If you are interested in being a hostess and earning free and half-priced items, let me know. I would love for you to participate. If you just want to check it out, let me know, and I will send you the link so you can join the party and just browse through and see if there's anything that you'd be interested in. I'm wearing this really cute little star-stuck pendant, and it's available for half off this month. If you're interested, let me know. I'm always here to help you find pieces that will work with your wardrobe and fit your personality. So any questions, let me know. You can find me at Instagram at Kimberly Abbasi, Stella & Dot, bringing your inner personal out with our beautiful jewelry. Thank you.
Okay, that was perfect. Like 1 minute and like 0.37 seconds. You got that right on. Really good. Used all the time I gave you. Okay, let us go to Rosalie and Deb.
Oh, hello. I'm Rosalie Engel, and I have been with the Shackley Corporation for 48 years now. And I've got to say, I'm doing good. I'm staying healthy, and I'm really not that afraid of what's going on in the world because I have built my immune system so strong. And this is one of the things that I'm not hearing them talk about that much about on television, but stop and think about it. If you're eating junk food and you're not building your immune system, what's going to happen when you get even anywhere near somebody who's got something bad going on in their body? So I always tell people, you've got to build that immune system. Shackley's got a brand new product to help us do that. We just came out with our own turmeric. Now, turmeric is it's something that's been around for years and years, I mean, centuries, I guess, really. But Shackley waited this long to bring out their turmeric because they wanted to make sure that what you get in our tablet is what you want to pay for. Not turmeric root. This is 95% standardized turmeric in the tablet, so you know you're getting what you want to get. Remember, all my PWN friends get an extra 10% discount from me. And by the way, my big push right now is to just remind everyone I know Time. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Rosalie. Okay,
I'll
Deb,
tag
you're
you on
on.
Facebook. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Minute goes
Yeah.
fast, right? 30 seconds a minute, they go fast. Okay, go
Hi.
ahead, Deb.
I'm Debbie McGregor, and I'm driving Miss Debbie Transportation for You. And right now, I'm not driving anyone to the doctors, but I am still driving people if they have, if they need to get, to the airport, they have chores to do or, errands to do. I can do that too. And I'm shopping for people also. I've been driving for, I don't know, about, well, all my life, but I've been professionally driving for
She's good.
about 5 years now.
She's still here.
I'm safer than an Uber or a Lyft because you know me, or you can recommend me to other people, so people feel very comfortable with me.
Good
That's
to
it.
see you today. All right, let us go to Yvonne. You have 2.5, 2.5 minutes? Yeah, 2.5 minutes, because you got a spotlight.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I had to unmute myself. My spotlight information is going to be a little bit different today. I am Yvonne Whalen with the Pirate Heart Press, and I'm really, really excited because we're getting ready to publish a new ebook coming out on September 8th. So today I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of the cover. We're doing an official cover reveal tomorrow, and I'm really proud of this because we really wanted to have the cover reflect the storyline. And without going into that, because that'll take too long, I'm going to show you the cover because I think it's gorgeous. And the book is called, I don't know if you can see that, but the book is called Finding Her Voice. And in honor of the cover reveal we're doing tomorrow, on Friday at 3 o'clock, I'm doing a Facebook Live event that's only going to be a few minutes, but we're going to do a raffle for an author signed cover. And then we've got a beautiful bookmark that goes with it. And then winner's choice will get a $5 gift card for coffee either at Starbucks or Pete's. And really excited. So if you want to be considered for the raffle, I will do a porch delivery. Just put your name or email address in the chat and I will retrieve it from there. But yeah, really excited about that. And then the other thing, at our meeting, I was supposed to have a table. And in preparation for the table, I had put together a raffle gift, and it's a $10 value. And this raffle gift has a coffee mug and tea, biscotti, Dove's chocolate, a beautiful smelling vanilla candle, a pretty little wall hanger, and also a downloadable PDF of our romance called Love Stories. So it's kind of a soothing afternoon read kind of thing. And the book is really, it's a novella, so it doesn't take very long to get through. But this is the raffle that I was going to do. And what I did is everybody that's on the call right now, I associated your name with a number, and I'm going to draw this now. And if somebody wins, I'll do a porch delivery and you get the raffle prize.
Nice. Yay.
So,
drum roll.
Drum roll. Okay. Number 10. Oh, Pat. You're number 10. That's awesome.
It's gonna follow her backwards.
We're doing confetti.
So if you like romances and you like tea and all those fun things, I'll deliver this gift basket to your front porch and I'll coordinate with you so you know when I'm coming.
Yay. Okay,
So-
good job.
So
Good to hear
thank
from
you guys.
Yay.
And you should.
Let's go ahead and segue to Pat next.
Oh, go ahead. I'll talk to you.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Yvonne. I'm so glad. Yeah, I do like tea and all of that. Sounds great. And since you know where my porch is, it'll be perfect. I'll be waiting for that gift. I'm Pat Gakatan with Feng Shui, and as Susan put on PWN, my book just got published, and so it's an ebook that you can download it. I am going to be ordering hard copies of it, and so I could someday have a book signing or something. That's what I'm going for. But I just wanted to share, I was on a very large conference, kind of the things like Joy puts on, with Tanya Pyrus, and she, I think she's in our PWN group, and there were 72 people on this Zoom call. And like Susan said, I had to do a presentation, and they had advertised me as a comedian. So I thought, oh, great. Because when you do your presentation, you get no feedback, so you don't really know if they're laughing or if they're even paying attention. So I was kind of laughing at my own jokes because they were pretty funny. So that was it. I wanted to share that. Okay, Susan.
Good job. Let's hear from Jeanette.
Hey everybody, Jeanette McKee. My business is Rising Simplicity, and I primarily do bakery delicacies. I also teach meal planning workshops, but haven't done any of those since the end of February. So I mostly do sweet treats, desserts. A lot of what I do revolves around gatherings and celebrations. So you can imagine most of that has not been happening, no weddings. But people are starting to do some smaller celebrations. I love the creativity of how people are doing baby showers and bridal showers and lots of virtual things and drive-by parades. And so I have been staying busy. People are still recognizing that, you know, they enjoy, you know, homemade desserts and little special sweet treats, and I've delivered a lot of things for people's birthdays and have this little mini birthday cake and lots of cookies. So still having fun over here, developing some new recipes. I'm rolling out a new menu of some new recipes, and it's quite a process to get new recipes. So that's been fun. So
That's good to see you.
thank you.
Kelly.
Hi guys, Kelly Murphy with South Texas Lighthouse for the Blind, also known as STLB. So in the past, it's a company that puts blind people to work. In the past, we've talked about the what is it, about the how do we do it? But what I want to talk about is the why. And I want to show you some of these flyers I have. I don't know if you can see this very well, but these are gentlemen that work in our Corpus Christi warehouse. And they make these. This is a gentleman, he's completely blind, and he cuts out mouse pads. This is one of the things that we promote, that we sell. There are many, many, many lighthouse companies that do the same thing with different products. And we all sell each other's product. So it's a win-win and makes all those people who would have been tax takers, turns them into taxpayers, gives them a sense of purpose and a reason to go to work each day. And they love it. Thank you.
Goodness, 59.86. Good
Whoa.
job. Jamie Perry, let's hear from you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie Perry with J.S. Perry Originals, and my job is to help you find your own originality. Right now, I'm conducting painting classes with people from the East Coast, Southern California, and the general area here. My next painting class is going to be on Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. It's a time for you to let it all go, let all this corona just leave your head, and try something different. Try something where you're using different muscles in your brain. You can think differently, you can see differently, and my job is to help you do that. I'll also be teaching drawing classes in the very near future. So I'm very excited about this path that I am taking. And I invite you all to art around with me.
Good. Okay. Let's see. Joy, you get a 1-minute commercial because she's a brand new member. Yay.
Thank you. I didn't actually plan for a commercial because I did the half hour, but I'm also, when you sign up for my webinar, you get onto my email list, and I send out a newsletter every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, and it goes into, I do posts of, it talks about my blog posts that I'm doing that day. So every week, once a week, I do a new blog post. Right now, I am on a series of evaluating your accessories. So going through all the body elements to figure out what are your best accessories. And then also in my newsletter, I kind of bring in some other information so that you can wear your greatness, from blog posts, from YouTubes, from all sorts of places that I'm always listening to. So you get a little bit more of, because wearing your greatness is not just your clothes, but how you feel inside, so that you can feel your best inside.
Good. Okay. So I'm going to reset the clock. So I'm Susan. I have 2 businesses, but I'm not going to talk about the wine shop business right now because it's on hiatus because we can't really get together and socialize. I was hoping for the fall, but not really sure about that. But I'm going to do a share screen because I wanted to make sure that those of you who weren't aware knew that I do a free webinar every other Wednesday, and the next one is going to be tomorrow. So I'm going to go to my website real quick and just show you where you can find information, not only about what's happening next, but also where you can actually watch recordings of other topics. Expand my brand. I got to type and talk at the same time. Brand.biz. So the quickest way, and I'll put this in the chat, is go to expandmybrand.biz. And what you'll see here is a calendar, but the one I wanted to show you is a Widget Wednesday. So I've been leading a webinar for the last several months called Where There's a Will, There's a Widget Wednesday, because I have picked up a lot of tools that help you get more out of the internet that you may not be aware of. And the thing is, I always say, if I want to do something, somebody probably has invented something somewhere that will help you do it faster, cheaper, easier than you trying to do everything yourself, because your website should be your virtual assistant. So if you go to expandmybrand.biz and then hit Widget Wednesdays, there's a list of all the links and videos that I recorded to date. There's also other resources in here. Some of them are going to be hidden because I lead a mastermind group, and several people on this call are members of the mastermind group, and there are some resources for them. But I wanted to tell you about the one I'm doing tomorrow. So the one I'm doing tomorrow, and actually it's become more and more important for people to be aware of. How many have heard of a business getting an ADA lawsuit because their ramp wasn't good, they didn't have ADA compliant parking? Guess what? There are more lawsuits coming to websites right now, because by federal law, all websites should be accessible to those with visual impairments, hearing impairments, etc. And I will guarantee you that, because I go to a lot of websites in my life, and I would say that 99.8% of them, I'm just making up that number, are probably not compliant, which means your website is probably not compliant. And even those with you with large companies, Shackley, Mary Kay, if you go to your website and you don't see an ADA compliant symbol, likely those websites aren't compliant as well. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a demo on a tool that I've just researched that will, one, make an ADA compliant website, put a symbol on your website that will make it ADA compliant. Up to 50%, which is better than nothing, is better than zero. That is free to you. Very cool, because you need to protect yourself, because there's people out there that will sue you or could sue you, and you just don't want that headache. So it's nice insurance to have. And if you want to pay for 95% compliant, which is still pretty good, it's very affordable. I was researching this years ago with another company, and it was costing hundreds of dollars a month. This is very affordable. So one tomorrow on Wednesday at 8:30, free webinar, just to kind of show you the reason you want to consider it, the tool that will make you more compliant. And again, if you share this with any company, because this can be on your own personal website or on your corporate website, it's something that all of us need to be aware of, because lawsuits happen to good people, and we don't want that. So that's all I wanted to share about that. And I'll put, as we're wrapping up, I will put my web address on the chat. And you do need to go to register for that. So be sure you check the website out if you want to register. Okay, so 5 minutes before 1, yay! So proud of us, we keep our meetings on time. Does anybody have any testimonials for another member? I like to give some time for that because I think it's good to hear. Kay.
Well, I love Pat's talk on Tanya's Zoom meeting. I laughed a lot. I know, I felt sorry for you though, because I knew you didn't have any audience. And I thought, oh my gosh, how can you be funny when nobody's laughing? We were laughing. I think everybody was laughing. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Joy Kent, because I love the presentation. And I didn't say I was wearing my power color, but I guess this is my power color. And one of the reasons it stands out so much is because yellow and purple are complementary colors. So the green background emphasizes the purple. So thank you for that.
Yeah, good job. Anybody else have a testimonial? Rosalie.
I want to give a shout out to Kay Pena for her toothpaste. If anybody is having any problems and they're looking for a good toothpaste, I got to tell you, Kay has got a good one.
Yeah.
In fact, I gave out her name to one of my downlines the other day. She should be contacting you too. In fact, I'm going to have to be getting in touch with you again real soon. But boy, that stuff lasts a long time too. So it's a good deal.
Good job. Anybody else?
I have another one.
Okay. I saw Jamie first, and then I go to you.
I'd like to give a shout out to Yvonne. I think that if anybody has ever inspired me to write a book, it is she. So thank you very much. I am now taking a lot of notes and putting them down on paper for who knows what in the future.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yay.
Well,
Okay,
if you
now
ever
we'll go back.
I'm doing a speaking event coming up, and what I will be talking about will be tips for new writers and how to start that process. So you'll hear more about that.
Okay, you have my email. Please use it.
I do. Thank you so much.
And Yvonne, you're speaking for PWN. So what are you going to be speaking on in September?
It's going to be the topic is, I've got a great idea for a book. Now what do I do? And so I've outlined some tips that new writers or new authors can follow to help them with that roadmap on what to do.
Perfect. So be sure you submit your speaker proposal in that box so we can get it posted on the website as soon as we can.
I did. Got it all done. Yeah.
Okay. Was it today? I didn't see it.
It was yesterday.
Okay. I'll check for it. Thanks.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay. And
can I go?
Yeah.
So I'm working with a couple people from Placer Women's Network, and I'm really excited. Susan, I'm working with you. You're going to revamp our website, and I'm so excited about that. And I'm also going to be meeting with Tanya from Legendary Events, because I've got a couple of ebook launch parties that are virtual e-launch parties or ebook launch parties. And so she's agreed to talk to me about that process. And so I may be working with her too.
Nice.
So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's good to be working with people in the network.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Oh, do you see, Kay, do you still have something?
Yes, for Rosalie. I don't know if I talked about this before, but I got Scour Off, a product, a Shaklee product.
One of our favorites.
And I had a stainless steel pot that we used, it burnt on the bottom, and we used oven cleaner, toxic oven cleaner, which I really don't want to use, but we had it. Right. And it didn't even work. And we used the Scour Off, and everything came off. It was great.
Thank you.
And it smelled great too.
Yeah,
that's the best part.
Not like
easy
off oven cleaner.
Right.
Okay, 1 minute left. Any final something?
Tomorrow you can tune in to the Equipping You for Excellence YouTube page, and we're going to just take a look back. I interviewed Kay Pena and Robin Padilla, and so you can check it out. And we had a lot of fun when I talked to them.
Good. All right. So
that's
I have
here on the screen, Equipping the letter U, number 4, Excellence on YouTube.
Right. So what I may do is I think I can export the chat. So if you put your contact information in the chat, or Will, I will share that with everybody. Again, your information will be on that attendee page. And I think I'll put it there. So on that attendee page, any links, references that came from the chat and stuff, I'll put there. But again, thank you all for attending. Be sure to mark your calendars for the 25th, which is in 2 weeks, where another member, Janelle, is going to be talking about helping you make your office and home office look better and be more efficient, which is applicable since we're working from home now. So you guys all have a great week. Good to see you all. Stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Susan?
Take care, everybody.
Yes, did you hear my name?
Yeah, it's Kay.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to know if I could talk to you just a few seconds after the call.
Sure. Bye,
You don't want to
everybody.
record it, though.
No, I'm going to stop it. Okay, it's private, huh? Okay, let me stop this. Stop recording.